And once the votes are counted, there's still work to be done.
So the question is, what happens next in the election process? 13 on your side's Aaron Sullivan live in Ottawa County for us this morning, where the election clerk is helping us break all of this information down. Aaron, good morning to you.
Good morning to you both. It's nice. A lot of our clerks here in West Michigan are very transparent about this process. If you remember, yesterday we were live with the Grand Rapids City Clerk, and we touched on Muskegon County's clerk on what exactly the voting security looks like in those counties. And today we're talking about Ottawa County. So I did speak with Justin Roebuck about this process and what exactly happens once the election's over. What if all the races aren't called yet? Why is that taking more than 24 hours? So we have some answers for you here this morning. He says typically the first results that will report are in from the election day voting precincts, where voters go on election day to cast their ballot.
When the last voter is in line and casts their ballot, there's some closing procedures that have to be done. Bipartisan teams are working to seal the ballots, and the results are sealed as well. The digital results files are sealed up, and then those are brought to our office, and they're brought to a central location for essentially releasing those results. That's typically the first batch that we will see.
Following that comes absentee ballots. This is a longer process because it takes a bit longer due to a higher level of security with verification of each voter's identity. Now, signature verification is what happens at this point. So the local clerks and their staff, they're looking at those signatures to make sure they match what is on that voter's profile. In more populated areas, we'll see these results coming in almost a day later in regard to absentee ballots. Now, in terms of clarifying elections, that final stamp of approval, that's a lengthier process.
It's typically a 14-day window that the counties have to certify. And then after that, the state board of canvassers certifies. And so really, ultimately, this election won't be official and signed off on until, close to that Thanksgiving holiday in the state of Michigan. And so it's important, those processes are happening and they are open to the public long after Election Day.
Again, something we're hearing again today, open to the public. So like I said, these clerks are very transparent about it. And here in Ottawa County, 1,200 polling workers dedicating their time to make sure each ballot is counted and every vote goes through securely. But for now, live in Ottawa County, I'm Aaron Sullivan, 13 on your side.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much for that reporting.